Agents, this is Luis Moreno with Insurance Agent Training. Got an agent who asked me, Luis, how do I market? How do I get out there and write more ACA business? I'm going to come to you with a tip of how to get in front of a doctor's office and share some information with them that will want them to want to work with you. Then, once they start working with you, I'm going to share some of the things that we're doing so that we can capture some of their patients who want help with ACA. All right, before I do that, comment down below, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I surely do appreciate that. All right, so getting in front of a doctor's office. And one of the things you got to realize, guys, is you're not going to talk to the doc. Unless you're a patient and maybe you get the doc, usually you may get the nurse practitioner, or you may get who knows. But it's going to be hard to get that attention of that doctor. So don't go in there with the intentions of talking to the doc. Well, who you want to talk to is the insurance representative of that doctor's office, the lady who handles the claims. That's who you want to talk to. All right. When you talk to them, this is the pitch that I'm using now. Okay. I use this pitch. Hey, did you know? And this is going to work great if you have Aetna in your area. Okay. Because Aetna in 2026 is pulling out of the market. So I was talking to the insurance person in there and I let her know, hey, did you know Aetna is leaving the marketplace? And she gave me a look. What do you mean? No, I didn't know. Yes, all of your Aetna CVS clients. I didn't. And I asked, do you all have a lot of people with Aetna? I'm like, yeah, we have a bunch. Well, all of them are losing their coverage in 2026. Aetna is pulling out of the market. And here's the crazy thing. Okay, crazy thing is that Aetna, they took their clients and they mapped them out to all these different carriers. Okay, and you're like, okay, no problem. Well, what I indicated to her is that at least in my area, the carrier that is getting mapped out to, they are not in the network. And I showed her this. I proved it to her because before I went into that office, I ran a sample quote and I did a search on every provider list. And I found that out of the 8 or 9 companies that we have here in this area, they're only set up with 4. One of them, which is the least expensive one, is tied to a specific clinic that this doctor is not a part of. And the majority of the Aetna clients are going here. So my pitch was this: look, they're going to get moved. But the problem is they're getting moved to this plan. And I'm going to share with you, I'm going to show you right now that on this plan, you guys are not in a network. And there's no way to get on the network. And the lady's face just like, what? Now, what does this mean to their bottom line? Guys, it means the doctor's going to lose patients, which means they're going to lose money. Not a good thing for that practice. So get in there and let them know, hey, I can help you with this. All your Aetna people, here's what I want you to do. Give them my business card. Tell them to call me. And here's my pitch to you. I'm going to make sure that I only offer these 4 plans that you guys take. I'm not going to mess with these. Okay, because I want to retain the business for that agent or for that doctor. I don't want to bite the hand that is feeding me and write them with this other plan and they still lose the patient. It's not going to be a good thing. Now, I know I may have to do that sometime, but I'm going to try my hardest to recommend these 4. Here's the lucky thing for me is besides that one plan that is super cheap, that is tied to a specific clinic, the other 4 plans are 2, 3, 4, and 5 as far as rate is concerned. So I got lucky and I don't have to push a more expensive plan. So it's working out great for me. But now, the problem is this rep was handing these patients my business card. And yes, I was getting a ton of calls and I'm getting a ton of calls, which is really, really good. But I wanted to automate some of this process. So check out what I created. Okay. Agent CRM, guys, this is a CRM that I use. I'm going to share it with you. The CRM that I utilize, guys, is called Agent CRM. And I'm going to, down below, you're going to get my link. Click on the link if you want to give it a try. But this is what I'm doing with the CRM. So the first thing that I'm doing is this. Okay. First thing that we did is we created this little flyer that's sitting on where the patients check out. This is sitting right there. Okay. It's got a QR code that we created inside the CRM. Okay. So in addition to giving them my card, I created this QR code where the patient that's sitting right there can just scan it. And as soon as they scan it, this is what they get. Okay. So what you're seeing here, this is the form that's going to pop up on their phone. So I'm going to ask them for their first name, last name, phone number, email, anything that they want me to know. And then I'm going to get their consent to contact, and they're going to submit. Okay. Once they submit that, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to get a thank you message. This thank you message says this: thanks for filling out the form. You will receive a consent form shortly by both email and text. Please review it as soon as possible. This authorization is required before we can review your coverage or assist you with your health insurance options for next year. We look forward to helping you with your enrollment. They immediately get that. Now, what I did is I built out in my workflow. So here's my workflow. Here's the trigger that I created. And what it does, it automatically, without me having to manually do this, it is sending them a consent. Okay. They click on my consent form and they get to electronically sign it. And it's sent to them in the form of a link. Then I tag them because I want to know who these people are. Then we send ourselves a notification, because how are we going to find out that somebody used the QR code? Okay, well, we get a notification that says, hey, Luis, you know, this notification is telling me, hey, Luis, we got a lead from Dr. Garza's office. Notification comes to us an hour later. Okay, we send an email out, you know, and this is only assuming that they haven't filled out the consent form. So now it says, before I can review your health insurance, federal guidelines require us that we collect consent, blah, blah, blah. And we send this email half hour or an hour later. Okay, we wait for the consent to be signed and we continue with this. Pretty neat little feature. Okay, all I'm trying to do here is automate some of the process. Now, once I've collected their consents, now it's a matter of just calling them. Now, if they haven't filled out when I call them, then I just tell them, hey, buddy, check your email, check your text message. I sent you a consent form already. Will you click on it, open it, and just sign it for me so I can at least get started? Maybe I can go search your policy, grab it, import it into my CRM or import it into my Health Sherpa. Let me requote you. Okay, I'm going to redo your application, and then I'm going to go through the entire process. Pretty neat, guys. Try to use that pitch. Okay, so if you get into a doctor's office and you have Aetna in your area, that's a great way to get in. Now, if you don't have Aetna in your area, here's the other pitch that I would use. Use this. Hey, doc, this is what I do. You know, you introduce yourself, do your thing. Here's how I want to help you guys. I noticed that in my area, we have 8 companies, but you're only in network with 4. What are you doing with people that have these other 4 companies? They come into your office and they want to make an appointment, but they don't have the insurance that you take. What do you do with those people? Or what do you do with the people that don't have insurance? Here's what I would like to do. Send them to me. I'll take care of them. I'll do everything I can to move them to one of these 4 companies. Okay? And that way they can come see this doctor and be a patient of this doctor's practice, and everybody will be happy and they pay a copay versus them having no insurance and having to pay cash, or they're out of network and now they decide to go to some other doctor's office. Hope this helps you out, guys. Do me a favor. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and give my CRM a try. It's called Agent CRM. Click down below. You get a 2-week free trial. A couple of other things. Guys, I have my smart books ready. My ACA smart books in English and Spanish. And I will have, by the end of this week, the Medicare smart books in English and Spanish. So go get those books, guys. The links are down below. And finally, okay, a lot of agents are taking advantage of this. I've been in business for 25 years. I've got about 10,000 P&C clients, ACA, and Medicare clients combined. I run an agency with about 14 staff. Okay. If you want to pick my brain on how to run an agency, how to hire, how to pay, how to do ACA, how to do Medicare, you name it, guys, pick my brain. I do have a block of time that I offer, a half hour or 1 hour. Take advantage of that block. Click down below, purchase either a half hour or 1 hour block of time, and you're going to get to pick my brain on whatever you want. And I'm not going to hold back, guys. So hopefully I get to see you on one of these bookings. Otherwise, guys, give my CRM, give Agent CRM a try. It is an incredible CRM. And finally, if you need a reference manual, something that you can put into a 3-ring binder by printing it and having a ton of information, get my smart books, the ACA and the Medicare smart books. All right, guys, this is Luis Moreno with Insurance Agent Training.